On this video, we'll be going over our pick for tonight's Thursday night football game where the Miami Dolphins visit the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 3.5 point favorites. To me, that's surprising since the Miami Dolphins come into this game 3-0 after defeating the Buffalo Bills. But before we get to our pick, I'd like to go over some notes that I have on the screen for us here. We went to the Miami injury report and we saw that they only have 2 players ruled out, the tight ends that didn't participate in last game either. But they do have Waddle with a groin injury, who is still expected to play. But because of this, we expect Tyreek Hill to have himself a night, since he's going against Eli Apple, who sent him Super Bowl tickets after the Bengals defeated the Kansas City Chiefs last year. We got some beef going on there, so we'll keep an eye out on that tonight. Tua is suffering a back injury, but he's also expected to play. And another factor I wanted to throw in here was that Miami did flew in 2 days earlier because of Hurricane Ian. Our thoughts and prayers go out for the people suffering through this, but even events like this can be a factor in a game so close. These 2 extra days mean that they had a little bit more time to accommodate themselves, get all distractions out, and focus just on football. And who knows, maybe these do a change on the result at the end of the game. So now we'll move on to the Cincinnati notes, where they did have an easy dub this last weekend against the Jets, and they are home today, so they did get to travel less, maybe be a little bit rested, especially since the Miami Dolphins defense played more than 60 snaps last game against the Bills. They were out there a lot, so maybe that's what Vegas sees that we don't. We jump onto the Cincinnati's injury report. They have La'el Collins with the back injury, who will play, but with a questionable O-line and injuries like this, that might not give Burrow enough time to let go of the ball. Lucky for Burrow, he has 3 wide receivers, excellent wide receivers in Mixon, Chase, and Boyd, who always give you a chance to put points on the board. I say this because in the last games, the Bengals have been able to score close to 20 points, so they do put points up on the board. However, I just believe that Miami is too hot right now, and with Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and that offensive genius in McDaniels, I think it's just too much for the Bengals. The final note also shows how the first 2 games the Bengals was decided by 3 points. This is why I believe 3.5 points, that extra half, is just a little bit too much. So I would choose Miami Dolphins plus 3.5 and keep it under, since I believe this game will stay on the 20s for either side. That would bring you to a plus 258, which would 2.5 your money to what I think would be a safe bet. Personally, I feel too confident in the Miami Dolphins, so personally I would take moneyline straight to boost it up to 394. Let me get rid of this real quick. To which I put, we can see it over here, I already had placed it before, to which we put 40, takes us out 150. Again, that's a plus 394, so I think that's a nice payout. And well, that's our pick for tonight. We'll put on a video later on of doing an in-game parlay, so stay tuned for that.